I recently turned 30. My 20s are officially behind me, and they were a mix of good times, stress, and asking myself, what the hell am I doing? Your 20s can feel really strange. Many people feel lost throughout them, and nowadays with social media, it can feel like more pressure than ever to feel like you've made it and have life all figured out. But it's not that easy. So here are some of the most important things that I've learned and wish I knew when I turned 20. And there's one in there that changed my life so much, and it's something I never would have guessed. There are principles to life. I wish I knew this sooner. Life isn't random, and there are guiding principles to success and wealth and business and everything. The earlier you find these universal principles and develop your values around them, the faster your life can improve. Our values define the direction our life will go, and someone who values health over pleasure will have a very different life than someone who values pleasure first. Someone who values family over freedom will have a very different life than someone who puts freedom first. And someone who values security over variety and new experiences will have a very different looking life than someone who values variety first. Tony Robbins calls these the 6 human needs. He says depending on what need is most important to you will shape your behavior and ultimately will shape your life. So if you're ever feeling lost and wondering why you keep making the same mistakes over and over and are stuck in patterns you can't seem to break, try looking into which of the 6 human needs are driving your life. Health is wealth. This one is very cliche. We always hear about taking care of our health, and I'm sure we've all heard the importance of stretching, for example. But it's really something I wish I would have taken more seriously. I played sports, I worked out, I stayed active, but I did mostly bodybuilding style workouts and tried to gain weight and get more muscular. And over time, this led to me becoming increasingly tight and prone to injuries. And now I'm stuck fighting against years of injuries, trying to get back to just a baseline of not being in pain. I've had knee surgeries, hip surgeries, neck and back injuries, and I would trade thousands upon thousands of dollars just to be back injury-free and feeling good. So I really wish I could have recognized that sooner, even though it's something we've all heard. Wealth is also wealth. This one's simple. Just start investing. We've all heard the saying, money doesn't buy you happiness, but whoever said that wasn't poor. And while I agree money doesn't solve all of people's problems, and in fact it can actually lead to problems in many people's lives, the one thing money does do is allow for more opportunities because money is the great facilitator. It allows you to do what you want. I recommend just buying the book, The Simple Path to Wealth. Read it, familiarize yourself with all of its findings. It's a very fast read. You can probably read it in a day. Super simple, and you'll have all the basics covered and be set to start setting up your financial future. Slow down, you have time. I feel like I spent a significant portion of my 20s hustling, grinding, and generally wishing it was over. I felt like I wasn't present and often felt miserable by constantly feeling I wasn't enough, I hadn't done enough or succeeded enough, and now with social media, these feelings can just be multiplied. It's easy to feel you aren't where you're supposed to be and haven't done enough if you're not fully enlightened or a billionaire by the time you reach 20. But if you're in your 20s and you don't know what you want to do with your life, you don't know where you want to go to school, or if you even want to go to school or not go to school, you feel like this isn't what you've been promised, or you're waiting for a time when you feel like you'll finally be an adult. That doesn't happen until you're 30. I'm just kidding. Most of us struggle with these questions, and I'm here to tell you it's okay. It's normal, and you've got time. I'm 30 now, and I still don't know where I want to live, what I want to do, or what my life will look like 5 years from now. But what I do know is that every single year, my life's gotten better. And I wish I could have been more present earlier and truly enjoyed my time. Be honest. Finally, the value that changed my life the most. Honesty. Who would have thought? It's something we all know about, and many people consider themselves to be honest. I know I did, mostly. But like most people, I wasn't honest all the time. I was honest when it was convenient. And in the past, I would lie often about things that if I felt like someone would be mad at me or it would cause me negative consequences. And if you're thinking to yourself, that's not me, ask yourself this question. How could I have been 10% more honest today? Maybe you were just running late and a friend texts you asking where you were, and you said, on my way, but you hadn't left your house yet. Maybe your boss asked you about a work project and you said it's almost finished, but in reality you had forgotten about the project and hadn't really been working on it. Or maybe you grabbed a beer with your friends after work, and when you get home, your partner was frustrated and mad that you were late, and you said there was bad traffic or the train was late. It doesn't have to be big lies. You see, lying is like credit card debt. Many people in their 20s and teens spent way too much when they first get a credit card because it feels like free money. You see something you want, put it on the credit card, and you can have it instantly. And then you only have to worry about paying it off later. That's how lying works. If you want to avoid getting into trouble or working hard for something, you can just lie about it. And it works. It saves people from getting mad at you. It can help you get a promotion or even land a date with a beautiful girl. But all of those things are just short-term, just like credit card debt. You'll have to pay those back in the future and with interest. So the total cost to you is going to be much more and much worse than if you were just honest to start. Lies eventually get found out, and your reputation can be broken and take a long time to fix. People will lose trust in you, and you can lose friends over it. But more importantly, you lose self-esteem. When you aren't an honest person, you can't have high self-esteem, because self-esteem differs from confidence. Self-esteem is how you feel about yourself when you're by yourself. And if you're lying to others and lying to yourself, even in small ways, it eats away at our self-esteem. If you constantly break your word with yourself, saying you will try a new diet, lose weight, start a business, or set any goal that you're constantly not following through on, it's impossible to maintain high self-esteem. You will lose trust in your own word. So if you want to improve your self-esteem, work on being 10% more honest each day, and just watch how it will transform your life. So these are the tips I wish I knew when I was 20, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Never lost among the crowd with me.